Hello my lovelies and welcome back to the channel. I am Rebecca Markelv and I have an ocarina. Just before we kick off this episode, I just want to quickly say that I have mentioned in another video that I was going to play the Dragonborn on my ocarina if we hit 50 subscribers. So just a quick one just to remind you that that will happen once we hit that number. So I just want to say thank you to all those who already have subscribed and are supporting me. So thank you very much. But without further ado, let's enjoy this episode. When I began transitioning, I wanted to achieve a feminine look as much as possible and without the use of using extra stuff like hair extensions or padding to kind of give this sort of feminine look. And there is no set feminine look for some people out there, but I understand that there are still people out there who want this hourglass figure or really slender look, and you don't have to set this goal for yourself if you are just trying to do it because you feel that is the social norm. It isn't, but I also understand that this is something that a lot of people want to achieve, and I personally want to kind of achieve these goals but without the aid of extra things. I want it to be my own skin. I want to feel it only on myself, if that makes sense. I don't want to use extra padding in a bra or put on hair extensions or put pads in my butt. But some people will do that to achieve that look. But I want it to be my skin, my body. So I'm going to try and go over a few things and basically talk about how I feel I've achieved my femininity without the use of extra things. So yeah, let's just crack on. First of all, grow your hair out. It's probably going to be a thing that you'll probably need to do anyway if you want to achieve that sort of feminine look. Just don't grow it out and leave it. That is something I did, and it gets messy. It doesn't look good. It just looks like, if you're just starting out and you have a male cut, it's going to still look like a male cut but in a messy, longer sort of way. You want to get it trimmed and cut into a more feminine style, because I believe the hair on the top needs to grow out to the same length, I think anyway, to the back of your hair. So if you just let it grow all of it from the original cut, you're going to have this sort of mullet look and then some sort of longish hair here. So maybe just try and see if you can, if you have the confidence to anyway, get it cut into a feminine style. Just be honest with a hairstylist and they will be understanding and sort it out for you. I have been advised to use hair extensions, but I'm always a little unsure of it because I feel like if I bought some hair extensions online or something that I might get the wrong colour, and I've never used them. I don't even know how they go onto your hair. I don't know how. So it's just something I've never really tried. It's something I might try eventually because I feel my hair is long enough now anyway. Although I want to keep growing out longer, but it's just a play around really. But I don't want to, I wouldn't have wanted to use it every day of my life just to try and achieve a look. I would want to try and achieve it to be my own hair, basically. Another thing is I use padded bras. So I use bras that had padding in it already, but I wouldn't use anything to fill it out because I just didn't want that feeling of something between a bra and my skin. I wanted it to just be all me. So that is another thing I did. It's nothing big, it's just my choice at the end of the day that I just didn't want to do that. But yeah, so try using padded bras as another option. That's just totally weird. Hey, no, my choice. Another option is potentially also doing corset training. So I believe you can get a semi-permanent look if you did corset training long enough, but it's something I've not really delved deep into enough. It's something I might look into again at some stage, but at the moment I am currently happy with some of my body features. I'm more focused on, again, my face. I've mentioned it before a few times that my face is one of my biggest issues, along with my breast. But yeah, there is corset training which can slim out the body of the waist and kind of give that more curved shape. And if you do it long enough and you kept training as well as do exercise to kind of, I think you should exercise anyway, so that you're not like kind of crushing your stomach and don't lead to complications. I'm not sure the entirety of what the complications are, but as far as I'm aware, it's recommended that you should exercise with corset training. But yeah, that's something maybe worth researching into. But yeah, there is corset training to try and reduce your waist as much as possible if you wanted to give that sort of curvature look. Another thing I did was I basically stopped pretty much all of my upper body workout, and I avoided anything that would be a bit more intensive or strenuous on my upper body, just to kind of give a bit more chance to kind of let my muscles go down and decrease in my upper body, especially my arm area. I feel like my arms are pretty thick for what I want, but again, I might be too critical of myself, but I think my arms are a bit still male toned, so I don't really try to work them out too much right now. Another thing is I felt like my shoulders were a bit broader, but I think there is a slight reduction there, but that might be hormonal changes. I'm not too sure, but it's still potentially worth a try if you're trying to kind of reduce that kind of tone. But I did do cardio also when I had a chance to. I'm not a massive exerciser. Yeah, I'm not much of an exerciser. So, that's that point there. Anywho, next. Another big thing I found was actually working on posture. Men and women have these different postures, and you might notice this the more you kind of observe. And so actually doing stuff like keeping your shoulders a bit more back and your chest forward can really emphasize that body shape, as well as also kind of starting to kind of curve your back a little more, like straighten your back basically. And you kind of get a more feminine look just by doing that. So let me quickly stand up. So as a guy, I think I would have probably stood something like, I would have probably done something like this, and I would have stood like that, and have this kind of more relaxed attitude. Whilst as a female now, I kind of more bring forward, and I kind of bring everything like back a little bit. So from this to that, I don't know, but I almost feel a bit more in shape, I suppose, like more confident like this when I kind of stand like that. Again, from that, looks a bit more slumped and not very feminine to me, but when I just kind of brought it back a bit, I don't know, I just felt more confident and more feminine if I stood a bit more upright and just relaxed into that position. Don't like get strained or anything like that. It feels strained, then it's no good. You want to bring it back and then relax it in. I don't know, it just feels a bit more better for me, and it does feel like it makes a difference. But yeah, another thing is to maybe try out different clothing styles as well. Trying out maybe long sleeve tops to kind of hide some sort of arms that might be a little more tighter, but it would kind of thin it out a little bit. Different coloured clothes as well might also emphasize different shapes. So darker clothes tend to hide a bit more body shape, and so you might kind of create this optical illusion that you're kind of hiding some lines and therefore kind of bring out a more female shape in a certain way. It sort of makes sense, but it doesn't as well. Like, but it's something that a lot of people will say darker clothes is a good hiding colour. Whilst if you like wear whiter and brighter clothes, you probably might see more lines. I don't know, it's really weird, but yeah, maybe just trying out different clothing styles and seeing what kind of works for your body shape if you choose to go that route. Another obvious one is makeup. I am not brilliant at makeup. I don't think I'm very good at it, but I still try to learn a little bit just to kind of create this more natural look for myself, and kind of learned different techniques to see how to create a more female looking face. I don't really put too much effort into trying to create darker and lighter areas on my face. I just tend to just put some foundation on and some blush here and there and some mascara just to kind of just feminize a bit of my face but not go over the top. But if you want to see a makeup video, then sure, let me know, but it will be absolute crap. Maybe something like a 500 subscriber special or something. Like, I'm not gonna do a makeup video just like that. Maybe in the future though, because I am terrible at makeup, not gonna lie. And lastly, there is also tucking. Basically, if you don't know what tucking is, it's basically taking your I'm just gonna stay on pause for a while to think of a good word. Taking your stick and your jewels. This is not gonna look good. And pushing your jewels into a safe deposit. And so you end up with the bag where the jewels were. And bringing the bag under and bringing your stick around, let's call it a rope, bringing the rope around to keep it in place, and then using either some tape or something like that, or just tight underwear to hold it into its place. We all know what tucking is, right? Surely. Well, if you didn't know, there you go. But definitely tucking as well is another thing. There are potential medical complications, but it's kind of a thing that you do at your own risk. A lot of people aren't really fussed about it, but I wasn't really fussed about it, so I didn't really care. But there is also there is also this product called Unclockable U, or Unclockable, and it's basically a giant plaster like this, and it basically can be used to basically very well hide any kind of bump, and it does a really good job of that. So that's highly recommended, but definitely give that a check out if you want to try and improve your feminine look on your body. But yeah, I kind of have a few of these, and I use them for very special occasions like going swimming and stuff like that. They're very water resistant, blah blah blah. I haven't been paid or sponsored by them or anything like that, but I just wanted to share that there is an option out there to help with tucking. So definitely give that a go if you want to try that out. But yeah, so yeah, there's a few of the possibilities that I kind of went through and over and experimented with to try and help me with kind of advancing my feelings towards femininity. So yeah, something worth trying out, definitely. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it an episode there. So if you have made it all the way to the end of this video, then thank you again very much for watching me all the way through. It does mean a lot to me that I do feel like I might be helping some people. Some of my methods might not be the best options for some people. I'm just kind of throwing out there how I approach things at the end of the day. But in the end, if it does help you, then I feel like I've achieved something right for someone out there at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode. I've been Rebecca Markelv, and I hope to see you in another episode. Take care of yourself.